The Packers have agreed to a 4-year, $188 million deal done by his agent, which is insane. $136 million guaranteed at $47 million per year, which makes Parsons the highest paid non-quarterback in the history as Dallas takes 2 first-round picks. It's incredibly lucrative on both sides. The last time that we seen 2 picks go to somebody was the Jalen Ramsey trade when he went to the Rams, right? And Jalen Ramsey was in his prime, just like Mike has been in his prime as well. And it's almost like the parallels of the 2 situations are just hilarious. 2 guys that were just absolutely unhappy with how not only their contracts, but the way that their teams have been going. A couple thoughts for me, man. Of course, this is very, very Green Bay Packers heavy when we talk about this. Rashawn Gary, Edgerrin Cooper, and Micah Parsons with Quay Walker all being on the same team. Move over Lucas Van Ness. I think that your days are not only numbered, but you need to find maybe playing a 4-eye or 3 technique like you kind of did at Iowa. Because your 2 edges are locked up and you have 2 bona fide great linebackers there as well that are going to eat. Teams are going to run the ball now. They're Jared Goff, the rest of those guys in the NFC North. What a entrance that JJ McCarthy in his first official year is going to run into with these guys. So I feel bad that he's going to have to go against these guys, and then a healthy Aiden Hutchinson coming back, and my goodness, man. And then the Bears just built up their defensive line too, but Caleb Williams, man, in his second year is going to be running for his life as well. But this is directly going to make teams run the ball against the Packers, and it's almost like a two-edged sword because you're going to have these 2 guys running up against Quay Walker and that defensive line. And I know Kenny Clark's not there, but they still have some pieces. But Edgerrin Cooper and Quay Walker, they're absolutely going to be, I don't even know, man. They might have 200 tackles between each other this year because of those 2 guys setting the edge. Insane. Rashawn Gary is probably thanking his lucky stars right now too, because I think we don't talk about enough of, and we're going to get into the Bengals situation with them and Hendrickson, right? But nobody benefits more from having another great edge rusher than the edge rusher on the opposite side, right? We saw it with Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson for years. We saw it with Malcolm Kuntz when he was healthy with Max Crosby. You've seen it with Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines Allen with the Jaguars, and the list goes on and on and on. And to be honest, if teams are not running the ball, man, one of the deficient parts of the Packers has been their cornerbacks, right? Not having Jair Alexander healthy, who used to be, if not the best cornerback in the league by all regards. You make these guys that are kind of okay even better. Keyshawn Nixon, Bo Melton, Nate Hobbs, they might feast this year if teams decide to run to pass the ball. If the running game doesn't work, then you obviously got to go back to the passing game. But when people are rushing the passer, you got Jared Goff and Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy that are just – JJ McCarthy may throw 6 interceptions against them in the 2 games that they're going to play. Xavier McKinney, one of the league leaders in interceptions last year. Man, y'all don't think he's going to be good again? Craziness, man. I think Xavier McKinney is going to have another big year because of this. This deal has been talked about for days, man. I don't think anybody was overshadowing the fact that this has been talked about for days. It's been rumored that the Packers have been picking up the phone with talking to the Cowboys, and it's the parallels are just insane between 2, obviously legacy teams making a legacy for a player that could have a great legacy from here on out and is going to play for a fan base that's super passionate and it's got a lot of hype behind him after drafting, 𝙁𝙤𝙘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 a couple years ago. Quay Walker coming in his own, as long as he keeps his head on straight. Has been missing at receivers from time to time again that just haven't panned out. And then they go and get, Matthew Golden, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit too. And Jordan Love is taking the mantle, and hopefully he has another great year coming up, and having Tucker Kraft and all those guys down there, man. Like it's a great situation to be in. It is a great, it's a great day to be a Packers fan if you're a Packers fan, right? And you lock up a guy, if Rashawn Gary goes down, now you feel really good about having a Micah Parsons there as well to help carry the mantle forward, just in case, just in case things go awry. So I don't want to keep talking about this too much more, man. I'm sure there's a lot of Cowboys content creators, a lot of, Green Bay Packer content creators, Tom Grossi, my guy Jay Tuck, all those guys that are going to pick this up and run with it. But what a day, not only to be a Cowboys fan, but to most importantly be a Green Bay Packers fan. I think this handled both situations and directly filled in gaps of both of these teams. Those gaps we won't be able to see yet until next year in their draft, but hopefully whatever that they decided to do, that the Packers know that they got them one of those ones. Soul Brother number 1 says, as a Giants fan, I love it. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that no more. You don't have to worry about one of the best defensive players no more. Until your team schedules them for one game, or you meet the Packers in the playoffs, which hopefully doesn't make your head spin. You know what I'm saying? One Flamigo, Jerry Jones turns the franchise around by getting rid of Dak after this season and trading for Shador. I don't foresee that happening either, but we'll see what happens for if the Cowboys trade for Shador after having 2 first-round picks in this. Man, if they don't pick a quarterback this time around, if Dak's not the guy, they just don't know what they're doing. Let's put it like that. But good on Micah Parsons. Great news today. Would love to know your guys' thoughts, still on this trade, but I think both those teams came out pretty well today. And we'll see what happens with the Green Bay Packers this season. I just think that there's going to be a lot of interceptions thrown against them. I just think there's a lot of interceptions being thrown against a lot of interceptions that the Packers are going to have this year for sure. And a lot of tackles are going to be made by Quay Walker and 𝙁𝙁𝙀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 for sure.